Yes, Yeti, you have to do it. Sit there and talk to the people. Introduce yourself. Do all that stuff. Stop being so grumpy. I won't talk like that the whole time. It'll make it easy on myself. Well, as Hart said, I kind of have to do this. So, I'm Yeti. I'm a Dutch Angel Dragon. As you can see, I'm kind of grumpy. I didn't get my full nap today. It happens. Sorry. Back on topic. I guess Hart wants me to do myself, I guess? I don't know. There's not really much to talk about. I'm not very exciting. So where do I start with this? I was adopted by Hart from Draga03 on Fur Affinity. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. I was up for adoption for a while. I'm not sure how long, but I was eventually adopted September? I can't really remember off the top of my head. It's been a while. Well, when I was first adopted, I was basically shown off as being a grump just from the get-go. From the get-go, I was a grump. It was obvious to see. Maybe not by much, but that's what I grew into. That's what I was. It's like I always like to sleep. I like to be left alone. I just want to be up in my cave, on my mountain, by myself. It's nice up there. I like having my tea every now and then, though, but don't tell anybody that. But there's nothing exciting about myself. I got made into a suit, so that's pretty exciting. I feel kind of special. That's always a good part, I guess. I want to get back to my nap, but I know Hart won't let me do it. Now, on to talking about Yeti for myself. Yeti, I kind of wasn't planning on getting him made into a suit. Yeti was just kind of off to the side. He was just a random Dutch Angel Dragon that I had out of, like, my big horde of Dutchies that I have to choose from. But I went with Yeti. His story kind of goes far. Well, not far. His story is kind of complicated on why I chose him in particular to become a suit and not like one of my other characters. Mainly, it started on Fur Affinity. Somebody shared a journal that somebody was looking for, that they were starting to make fursuit commissions, and then they wanted somebody to commission them. They were new. They didn't have any fursuit examples. They had some cosplay examples from like stuff they did, but nothing fursuit related, really. This is a side note for anybody who wants to get a fursuit made. Make sure that your maker has fursuit examples. I learned that the hard way. Make sure your fursuiter, make sure she has examples. He or she, whoever, make sure they have examples of their last, maybe their last commission or any fursuit example at all. If they don't have fursuit example, don't go with them. That is my word of advice for anybody looking for a suit. Don't commission anybody who doesn't have a fursuit example, because otherwise it might happen to you what happened to me. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll give him a shot. So I gave him like a bunch of lists of my characters, and from what they chose Yeti. And they were just going to make a head of him at the time. So from that moment, I sent all my money, I gave him all the payments, and eventually he was paid off by, I want to say December. because I commissioned them in October or November, I can't remember. But I had them paid off, all paid off by December. But then that's when I kind of had the problem. They were supposed to have him done at least at the beginning of the year. But they didn't send me anything. They didn't give me any updates. They didn't give me anything. They didn't show me anything. They didn't ask for my measurements. It was a big disaster. Eventually they said that they were moving. They had to move out, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll let them do whatever they need to do, and then I'll just get back to them whenever. So I think it was January. I just left them alone, and about mid-February, I was like, they posted that they were all moved in and stuff, and that they were going to start working. And I was like, oh, cool. So I sent them a message, and I was like, hey, give me an update on Yeti. I really want him done before Anthrocon. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll have him done. And I started seeing, I was looking one day on Facebook, and I was like, what if I just type in my suit maker and see if there's any furry bewares that come up. I think there was about 2. And then, randomly, somebody noted me on Furfinity. And they're like, hey, you got scammed. I was like, what? What are you talking about? They're like, oh yeah, they scammed me like a few months ago. They took all my money and basically ran. I was like, well, shit. I didn't know what to do. So I messaged them, and I'm like, hey, you haven't given me anything in months. You haven't updated me. You haven't told me anything. And this was about, like, maybe the end of March. And I was like, you know what? I just want my money back. Like, I've read so many bewares. I've heard so much from people. I was just like, you know what? I don't want anything. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't even want my suit anymore. Meanwhile, I was so excited to get Yeti made as a suit that I kind of connected with him more. I got badges. I got more art. I just felt more connected to him. Because I felt that Yeti, in a way, was a little part of myself. I mean, I'm pretty grumpy when I wake up in the morning. I mean, I get pretty angry when I don't get enough sleep. I mean, in a way, he's not my main Dutch Angel Dragon, but he's a secondary Dutch Angel Dragon. So he's still a part of me in a way. So I still really wanted to get him made into a suit. So I was like, I went looking on Facebook. I was like, I really need a new fursuit maker, and I need this done by Anthrocon, because that's when I wanted it. I wanted it by Anthrocon, 2017 Anthrocon. So I was looking around trying to find somebody. I was like, yeah, I need paws, I need a head, I need wings. I already had a tail, because meanwhile, while the person was supposedly making my suit, I commissioned somebody for a tail for him to make his tail. So I already had his tail. I didn't have to worry about that. So eventually I did find a new maker, and I am so happy with who I chose to be my maker for Yeti, because they did a fantastic job on him. They go by Toxic Beast Custom Creations on Facebook. That's also their name of our affinity, but they're more active on Facebook, so I'd recommend following them on Facebook if you have a Facebook. But how much was it? I want to say $650 for him together for paws, head, and wings. So I mean, that wasn't too bad, and I was able to pay it off with the money I got back from the other person, even though I basically had to file a claim on PayPal. But not much I could really do, considering they were being so incooperative with me. But Toxic Beast made Yeti. They made him just in time. Literally, they mailed him out. I got next day shipping, but since the maker lives in Mexico, it took an extra day. So they made him in maybe like a week, I want to say, maybe a week and a half. But they were like super fast with it. I was so surprised, and I was so happy when I got that package in the mail. I literally waited. It was literally the day before Anthrocon officially started that he came in, and I was literally waiting all day for that package to come, all day. and I did a little unboxing video, and here he is. He debuted in Anthrocon 2017. And ever since then, I really have enjoyed myself being a Dutch Angel Dragon. I mean, it's my first experience, especially when I went to Anthrocon and I went to the Dutch Angel Dragon meet, and I could actually, like, meet more Dutch Angel Dragons, like, as a Dutchie. And I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. I got a picture with a few of them. Like, I can't really name it off the head. Maybe I'll post some pictures of them just to show you what I mean. But and I have enjoyed my fursuit experience with him. Of course, I am a little worried of taking him outside a lot because he's white and I don't want to get him dirty. So that year for Wapafwa, I didn't take him. I didn't take him at all to Wapafwa, unfortunately, because I didn't want him to get dirty. But other than that, there's not really much to talk about with Yeti. That's basically like his fursuit story. But as I guess Yeti told you, he was an adopt I got, and I've kind of just felt connected with him ever since then. I mean, he's my baby. He's my grumpy babe. He's my grumpy boy, and he will always be a grumpy little white fluffy ball of grumpiness. But it's like, as I was saying, people ask me all the time, why did you get Yeti as a suit? And as I said, it's because, well, I was promised him as a suit, and I got all hyped for it. I got more connected with him, and that's why I still wanted to get him made. And here he is, in all his fabulous glory. So, other than that, I think I'll be done here with him, and I will bid you adieu, and I will see you next time.